Bill Burr attacks Ben Shapiro in a woke rant, but then he instantly gets roasted by the internet. When Bill Burr was asked about his opinion on Ben Shapiro calling him woke, this is how he responds.
Ben Shapiro talked about going to one of your shows and complaining about you becoming woke, which sort of then create this.
He doesn't even know what that word means.
Let me
his definition of woke is white liberals' definition of woke, and they didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
They just took the word from black people. That's the worst thing about our people, is not only do we take from other cultures, we don't even take the time to understand the definition.
This is what happens when a comedian famous for not caring suddenly starts caring way too much. Bill Burr changed into a silly little girl some time ago. To prove he's not woke, Bill Burr goes on a classic woke rant about cultural appropriation. He built a legendary career by being a guy who was scared of nothing and would mock anyone, but now he seems truly terrified of being called woke. And here's the problem. In his desperate attempt to prove he wasn't woke, he accidentally made the best case for why he was actually woke.
His definition of woke is white liberals' definition of woke, and they didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
They just took the word from black people.
This is how woke people see the world. They don't see you as an individual human being. They see all of us in groups. You're from the whites, you're from the blacks, and in their rule book, if one group creates something really cool, the other group can't really copy it. And if one group copies something from the other group, it's considered as stealing and not really sharing. And that is exactly what Bill is doing here. He's complaining that the white liberals are taking the word woke from the black people without really understanding it. He's using the woke team's main play to prove that he's not on the team. He follows it up by saying how our people are always taking stuff from other cultures. Bro, has this guy ever eaten taco? Because taco is from Mexican culture. Does that mean that only people from Mexico can make and sell tacos? Of course not. It's an awesome food that everyone loves and shares. It's a two-way street, man. He's complaining about the problem that he himself is creating. So after all of this mess, Ben Shapiro responds.
Here's what I mean by wokeness. You actually do have a definition, and I've done it over and over and over on the show. And it's not really my definition. It's the definition that Richard Delgado and Gene Stefanchik, who literally wrote a book on critical race theory, laid out in explaining their basic principles, which match up with wokeness. One, racism is ordinary, not aberrational. And second, our system of white over color ascendancy serves important purposes, both psychic and material. So you put those together, and what that means that the system of America, in short, is designed to create racially disparate outcomes. Any proof of racially disparate outcomes is evidence of the malignancy of the system. So I call Bill Burr woke because he is. He believes that America is a deeply racist place and that it's embedded in all of our social systems. And the evidence of that is our economic inequality. And therefore, it's probably okay to shoot healthcare CEOs. And also, if you criticize him as woke, it's because you don't really understand the term woke, because black people invented that term. And white people then use the term woke as a descriptor. And that's cultural appropriation.
What Shapiro does here is brilliant. It's like getting into a shouting match with someone online, and instead of shouting back, they just calmly pull up the receipts. Ben Shapiro just calmly reads out Bill's new woke beliefs like he's reading a grocery list. Because Bill Burr is like, if someone criticizes your ideas, you just say, you can't talk about this, you're a white liberal, you're from the wrong group, and you don't understand the term woke. It's a defense mechanism that makes the entire ideology immune to criticism. Now, for those who aren't old enough like me, Bill Burr wasn't always a woke person. Many people say he became like this after marrying his wife, who is a black woman. Bill Burr actually married black fatigue. His wife ruined him. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why as a man you should never let your woman run your household. Bill Burr is really going woke now. Here's a clip from Bill Burr's performance as a comedian when he wasn't actually a woke guy.
Alright, the black guy who brought up leg shaking, saying Elvis took leg shaking from us. It's like, really? Leg shaking? No, nobody thought to do this? Black people came up with that? You telling me that? I'll even give you that. Let's say you came up with that, but where did that black dude learn how to do it? Didn't he watch some older black guy do it? But what, because he's the same color? He's not stealing, he's just carrying on the tradition. But if Elvis does it, oh, what the f***? Now he's the biggest thief ever? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Bro, what? In the podcast, he said the concept of cultural appropriation is a deadly serious issue. It's a real problem. But here he was on stage and he is turning the exact same concept into a punchline. Now, all of a sudden, cultural appropriation is so silly and ridiculous that it applies to something as stupid as leg shaking. He basically uses the woke argument as a weapon when he wants to prove a political point and act morally superior. But when he wanted to get some laughs and go back to being the edgy comedian, he used to treat the same idea as a complete stupid joke. And people actually liked that old Bill more. Years ago, I thought he was funny like Jack Black, but then they ruined themselves. I'm old enough to remember when Bill Burr was actually funny. So let me know what you guys think about all of this situation in the comments down below, and we'll meet soon in the next video.